Truly mixed and biracial women do not want to be exotified. And when I say that, I mean they do not want to be called exotic or an exotical or anything to do with fetishizing our mixture or admixture. And when you are truly mixed, you already know that you're going to get fetishized. You're going to have people that prefer your phenotype over someone else. You get that in the Black and white community because you have the phenotypes of both that are blended. And generally, it looks different from Black and white. It's a mixture of the two, and it's exotified in the US and other places as well. I've even noticed when you go overseas to other countries with people that are not Black or white, they don't know what you are, but they know that, wow, you have a different look that they can relate to, because biracial and mixed people have a relatable phenotype because it's a blended culture of usually European and Africoid. So they've got that look that it looks like everybody. And we don't want to be called exotic. That is such a pet peeve. Now, I cannot speak for every single mixed person or biracial person. I can only go off of my experiences. But the friends that I do have that are mixed, example, one of my friends, she's half Black, half Palestinian. She does not like to be called exotic. And people call us exotic all the time. So why would we create a space where we're calling each other exotic or exotical? That's not really a true mixed person's idea of thinking or how they go about life. Like, I would never just walk around in real life saying, oh, I'm so exotic. I know that I'm racially ambiguous, but that's hardly what you would call exotic. I mean, when I think exotic, I think of an island or like an animal or something, a bird, but I don't think of a race or a mixture of people. And I just think that it's kind of derogatory in a way, and it does perpetuate the fetishizing of a certain phenotype or a certain race. And like I said, mixed women, biracial women, especially depending on where you grew up, because if you grew up in a more diverse area, you do get fetishized a lot. Or if you grew up in just a Black neighborhood or a white neighborhood, you stand out. So you're already exotic to all white people or all Black people because you do look a little different. You have a blend of those phenotypes together, but you look different. You stand out, and people can argue that mixed people don't really stand out, but they obviously do. And that's why we get called exotic. And that's why that exotical term came out in the first place in the Black empowerment movement. But we have people that are using that, and they're not using it for good. It's like a tool they're using, but to bash Black women. And I don't appreciate that, because if you are mixed with Black, that's part of your culture too. Just like you don't want to bash white people because that's part of your culture. But why would I go and bash Black people when that's also part of my culture? And it just is like this war that's going on that I'm seeing, where we have these people that are claiming to be mixed or biracial, and they're coming at Black women. And then you've got Black women coming at them. And all it's doing is making us look like we're the ones that are causing these problems. And it's perpetuating a war that has always been going on. But now it's like, that's all I'm seeing. Even in the algorithm, that's all I'm seeing. And I just wanted to say, from a truly mixed person's perspective, I don't like that term. I'm not exotic or exotical. I'm me. I look like me. And if people want to say that I'm exotic, I mean, what you think? I'm like a bird or something? I'm an island? I'm a person. So no, we're not doing that over here. And I think someone who has to constantly claim, oh, I'm exotic, or even someone saying, oh, I'm ambiguous, I'm racially ambiguous, because obviously biracial people have that ambiguity, but we don't go around saying, I'm so ambiguous, and oh, I'm mixed, and I've got both features of Black and white, and I can blend in with any culture. Like, we don't do that because it's already apparent. Beautiful biracial and mixed women already know that they're going to get attention. They're going to be the preference to some, I'll put that in air quotes, a preference to some. And they know that they do have it a little bit easier than some other groups of people because they can blend in. But that's why we don't go around announcing it. A truly beautiful person, a truly beautiful woman doesn't have to stomp around and say, I'm beautiful, I'm perfect, I'm this, I'm that. you are that. So it's apparent. You don't have to announce you're coming when you are already arrived. Do you ever see rich people walking around saying, "Ooh, I've got so much money. I can buy and sell everyone in this room. You can't touch me. I got way more money than you." And I'm not talking about these people that are new money and they don't know how to act when they get it and they overspend and they buy all these expensive things. I'm talking about truly rich people that have either been rich or they just build their own wealth. You can just see it and smell it and taste it. They're rich. And they don't, for the most part, even buy all those expensive things. A lot of rich people I know, they're cheap. They will buy stuff at the bare minimum, go to the thrift store, all of these things, because that's how they got rich in the first place. They're not overspending. You can always tell who's not real by the way that they live. And that's the same with truly beautiful women who are biracial and mixed. We don't have to announce our beauty every 5 minutes. We don't have to tell everybody, "Oh, yeah, people find me exotic and ambiguous because I'm mixed with black and white and Cuban and Puerto Rican and whatever else." We don't have to announce it. It's apparent. It's always there. So why would we want to turn around and keep perpetuating that on top of attacking Black women and perpetuating that argument or that fight between Black and biracial? There's already that going on in real life online, and it's becoming even more prevalent online because people are showing their true colors because they can hide behind a screen or a phone or whatever. But that's not the way that the world really is. You don't have to reiterate who you are. Just show people. Don't say over and over. Show people. And your true agenda always appears. What is done in the dark always comes to light. So if you're fake or you have an agenda that's harmful, trust me, it's going to come to light. And that's what's happening. It's what I'm seeing right now too. And I'm here for it. And I'm just going to say, as a biracial, I hate the word exotic. I hate when people say, "Oh, you're so exotic," because I'm not a bird. I'm not some car or whatever, something rare like that. I'm a person. I'm a human being that happens to be mixed and I have an ambiguous look. But don't call me exotic or exotical or whatever. That is such a weird term. That's almost like calling it's almost like a racial slur in a way. That's what I take it as, because why would you refer to a person like that? There are so many people out there, whether they admit it or not, that wish that they were biracial or that they were mixed, because that is the new standard where people are wanting to look a little more ambiguous. Not necessarily white, not necessarily black, but just having that look where they can kind of go both ways. And you think about people like Mariah Carey. I mean, she was appealing to all because she is racially ambiguous. She could look white. She could look like, "Oh, yeah, maybe you're a light-skinned Black girl." But then she's also Hispanic, and so she also can look Latina. But she has a universal look, because even if she went to the Middle East, there's people that could look at her and see themselves in her as well. So that is what I'm saying about biracials and mixed people. And you can always tell when someone is not being truthful about their identity because they overly market it. If you're biracial and mixed, you don't need to market anything. This is who you are. You're existing. You're living your life. And you don't have to keep calling out people that are jealous or people that don't like you because of your race or mixture. It don't matter. We already been facing that from the moment that we were born. We don't need to keep perpetuating anything. We don't need to keep reiterating anything or shout it from the rooftops. We just are. We exist.